Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to ponder a little bit of a question and talk to you about how luxury will fit into my life in 2023. And I'd love to hear how luxury is going to fit into your life in 2023, because this is actually a topic that I don't think I've ever done a video like this. But I think it's something that I want to include in my yearly video schedule. You know, it's all well and good, I think, to do a wish list. I love doing wish list videos, but I think sometimes where I've run into trouble myself is I have this wish list, but I don't actually think and ponder how luxury or how those specific items can actually fit into my life and my lifestyle. So this is a really interesting topic, and I would love to hear how luxury is going to fit into your life in 2023. And I hope this kind of helps me make less buying mistakes. I think every time I go to check out, I should rewatch this video and just see if I've ticked off this list. This is a little bit of a roundup of just what I've realized about analyzing my buying habits and my spending, and the realizations that I came to not only in 2022, but you know, the realizations that were slowly building up for the last few years. So I just want to start this video by saying I will still be buying luxury. I will still be experiencing and partaking in luxury, because luxury is not only clothes and bags and shoes to me. Luxury is a way of living, and it's a way of feeling, and it's a lifestyle. And if you haven't seen that video from last year, I will have it linked up above. It's basically about what luxury means to me and my idea of luxury now. So don't get it twisted. I will still be buying bags, I'll still be buying shoes, I'll still be buying designer items, you know, I'll still be jet setting around the world. I will, fingers crossed, be going on a cruise this year. So I'll still be partaking in luxurious experiences and buying luxurious items. For me, in 2023, I do hope to be focusing more on those luxury experiences, those luxurious and those luxury kind of routines and self-care that I've set in place. I spent 10 grand for my Invisalign for 2023. That's something I'm gonna have to wear all year. So, you know, there's skincare, there's my Pilates, there's, you know, my chiropractor, there's all those like luxurious appointments that I attend that, like I've mentioned, are not luxurious in the moment, but they are overall what makes me feel like well balanced. I have some pretty big claims and some pretty big things that I've written down on this list. Let's see how we go sticking to them. But this is a bit wild of me to say, so we'll see how we go. But I don't want any more bags in 2023 unless they are Hermes or Chanel. Or maybe like the occasional bag from a different designer that comes out. I'm obviously giving myself a slight exception, because I may, like, you don't know what this year's gonna bring, you know, I may find a really nice lower price. And when I say lower price, like, we know these prices are a bit crazy lately, but you know, brands like Saint Laurent and kind of those mid-tier brands, it's crazy to think that they're mid-tier. If I see anything that comes out from a brand like that that really takes my interest, I'll definitely consider it. But I think for the most part, and I felt a little bit like this at the end of 2022, let me know if you feel this way or if you felt this way. I'm just a little bit bored with a lot of designs that have been coming out lately. And you know, I feel like there's not, I could be wrong, but I feel like logically, when I don't get swept up in the hype, a lot of the core styles of bags, I consider like the Lady Dior to be like a core timeless style. I consider like the Chanel classic flap and like the mini flap to be like a core style. Like even the Fendi baguette, which you can't see, but it's up there, I consider that to be like a core bag. I just don't think any new styles or designs are really going to be released that can be considered kind of that core timeless style, because I just don't think you can really claim a bag to be like a core part of a brand's personality if it's only been out for like less than a year. I don't know what brands are going to come out with, but from what I've just seen, there's not a hell of a lot that's taking my interest. Since I've been selling and since I've been on this whole decluttering kick, it has killed me, truly killed me, to to sell my bags and to try to sell my bags. You know, from brands like Dior, from brands like, you know, even my Fendi's and Stella McCartney and brands like that, to have to sell them, you know, and they're in amazing condition, they're in great condition, you know, like my Dior 30 Montaigne, I'm quite certain, correct me if I'm wrong, they don't make that particular style in the red oblique print anymore, like in the fabric. The fact that they don't make that, or they don't stock that anymore, it's still not a reason enough for me to be able to sell it for what I want to sell it for. Like, it's actually kind of eye-watering to sell your bags for like 50% of what you paid for them. If I want to be buying things that I don't want to regret later, to me it's gonna have to be Chanel or Hermes. And I don't want to have to go through this absolute struggle of trying to sell. Like, what I've realized is it's pretty easy in most cases to sell a Chanel bag. In other cases, like for other designers, not so much. And I want to be buying bags that I know that I can get a really great return on if I choose to still sell them. You know, there's obviously going to be like exceptions to the rule, like like raffia, that wasn't really that expensive in the scheme of things. It's one of my most worn and loved bags. So there's definitely going to be exceptions that I may find and come across in 2023, but I'm definitely going to be just looking more at brands that I can really get that resale for, unless I'm absolutely certain it's a bag I want and it's a bag I'll use. Next up, this is probably the biggest point for me, the biggest point. And this kind of comes off of that declutter video that I did last year. I'll have that linked as well. Casual and practical outfits for the win. I have now come to realize I need to take into account my life and my lifestyle, and I need to look at my own lifestyle for inspiration before I look at other influencers or other people online for inspiration. What I realized last year was I was buying so many pieces and so many going out outfits, or like big city style outfits, when like through and through, like I'm a casual girl through and through. And I think that's a tricky place I fall into, because when you think of high fashion, when you think of luxury designer fashion, a lot of it is very like high fashion, you know, big city, New York, London, runway, like you can kind of wear those things around the city. I live in Australia and I live a very casual lifestyle. Right now, for instance, I'm wearing, this is literally my outfit right now. I'm wearing cargo pants and this kind of, is this a boob tube top? Like this strapless top. Casual and practical outfits are the way to go for me. Let me know in the comments down below if you feel like your lifestyle is better suited for a casual, more practical wardrobe, because I want to know if I'm the only one here. I'd feel a lot better if I knew that there was like some other people that dress more casually. Are you a big city, you know, like fashion capital of the world, walking the streets in high heels, corporate, dressed head to toe in designers, beautiful tailoring, you know, parties with high heels and clutches? Or are you more of like a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl? Let me know. Following on from that, my designer clothing purchases will be a lot more thought out, especially, you know, what we learned last year from the whole Balenciaga saga. Like, I just don't want to buy, and I think I knew I was heading this way anyway for the last few years. Like even right now, I'm wearing a Versace top. Who knows what could or what may ever come out with this brand. And if something like what happened to Balenciaga ever comes out, I'm not going to wear this. I'm not going to want to wear this. I'm pretty sure I have quite a hard time getting rid of it. So I think the designer clothes that I will be buying will be a lot more thought out, a lot more subtle in their branding and their logos. And I want to buy from brands who I feel, to the best of my knowledge, and who I think to the best of my knowledge have a good company ethos and a bit more of a conscience. Like I don't want to be buying from crazy, satanic, weird crazies. Also, I think what I've realized as well, I mean, anything can happen this year. I've always lived by this kind of philosophy, is man plans and God laughs. Like as much as I can plan and think how my lifestyle is and how my life is, anything can change. But it's more sensible for me to invest in summer clothing. I love spending my money on designer clothing, like more summer style, because when I look at my wardrobe and when I look at the designer pieces that I've actually worn the most, it is my summer pieces. It is my beautiful maxi dresses, my you know, in my mini dresses, my beautiful shirts, my jeans, my shorts. Like my summer clothing gets more wear than my winter clothing, and that is just because I live in Australia. We have beautiful summers. In our winters, I tend to like scuttle off to a summer location. So summer clothes are going to be what I'm mainly going to be spending my money on, with a few little occasional winter pieces, and that's going to be something I'm going to have to really think out. Next, we're talking about shoes, and more specifically heels. Following on from what I talked about previously about my casual lifestyle, I don't want to be out here buying heels this year. I have the exception of kitten heels. Like, a kitten heel to me is fine, especially if it just makes my heart stop. The only reason I will be buying heels this year is, I think I've either talked about it in a video or I've either have one coming up about my Jimmy Choos. I may replace some of them, or I may look to at getting them repaired because I've worn them to death and like they're a bit worn. But I, again, don't wear heels a hell of a lot. Like, I talked about the casual practicality of my wardrobe and moving forward, and the lifestyle that I have is very casual. Not only that, you know, I injured my back last year. It's better now, but I just don't want to be out here wearing heels that could potentially put my back or my health at risk. I don't really like wearing heels that much. I love a kitten heel, and I'm happy with the heels that I have. So, like, big heels, like those Christian Louboutins that I bought, I love them. They were beautiful. Look at me trying to sell them now, having the hardest time. Did I wear them? No, they were a horrible purchase for me in my lifestyle. What a stupid purchase, truly. So we're not doing that in 2023. We're not buying heels unless it's the odd exception of just a beautiful kitten heel. Love a kitten heel. Evening wear is something that I will probably not be buying a hell of a lot of this year. With, again, like I said, the odd exception, like if I have an event or if I think hard enough about an item and know for certain that I will wear it a lot, will get the wear out of it, that's a different story. But I just can't be out here buying, you know, I get so sucked into beautiful evening wear dresses. Your girl doesn't go to a hell of a lot of those, you know, unless it's in the summertime, which to me then that fits into the summer category. And usually I'm a lot more casual in summer anyway, but like, beautiful evening wear, no, unless I have a reason or an actual invite, or unless I can see that item working in my wardrobe, I will buy it. But like I said, my casual lifestyle has very little need for a lot of winter clothes and a lot of evening wear. And this year I'm turning the big 3-0. So this year will be about kind of like what my life's been about for the last few years, which again, like I said, is more health related, taking care of my body, those like treatments that I get done with my beauty therapist and things like that. But I may splurge a little bit. I may find myself in a bit of a splurgy mood around June. I think we've seen a reoccurring pattern in my life that I tend to splurge, and especially if it's my, you know, the big 3-0, I probably will splurge. But again, I will be taking this into consideration and how luxury fits into my life. I really hope that you found that interesting, and I think this is something that we kind of should do more, especially if we make wish lists. Like, if you're someone who makes a wish list, kind of ponder this question, because I find it really interesting, and it helps to kind of reflect on the year that it was and what you may have learned about your buying habits, the items you purchased and things like that. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below about how luxury will fit into your life in 2023. Please share with me what that looks like for you in the comments down below. I'm gonna have another one linked to you right here. If you haven't had enough of me just yet, feel free to join me over there. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'll see you in my next one.